Your latest news update from Western Mass News.
Here's your latest news update from Western Mass News. A Good Samaritan jumping into action to help Springfield police get out of a dangerous situation with a robbery suspect. The suspect, 41-year-old Joseph Gonzalez, is accused of robbing the Metro PCS in Springfield Tuesday. Police found Gonzalez, and when they tried to take him into custody, a violent struggle broke out. Gonzalez grabbed at an officer's gun, firing it multiple times, shooting his own finger. That's when Good Samaritan Pedro Perez stepped in to help restrain Gonzalez. He's scheduled to be arraigned today. Western Mass News has obtained court documents after a man was accused of vandalizing windows at MGM Springfield on Christmas Eve. We found that 57-year-old Edith Ortiz was arrested after police first responded to reports of a man shooting out windows at the MGM Hotel. But police discovered, in fact, no gun was used, but that Ortiz was smashing windows with a golf club. Court documents say Ortiz, who was homeless, turned himself in and told police he was smashing windows because he was tired of being hungry. Southwest Airlines continues to struggle after canceling another 2,500 flights today. Today's cancellations brings the total number of flights scrapped to 15,000 since the ordeal began last Thursday. While other airlines have mostly recovered from the winter storm, Southwest continues to struggle, blaming it on the storm, aggressive flight scheduling, and its own outdated infrastructure.
I'm meteorologist Jana Brown with a check of your forecast. As we head into Thursday, we are dealing with some milder temperatures. In fact, we're going to continue to see temperatures get milder as the week goes on. Now, as far as our weather situation, dry conditions will continue thanks to high pressure moving off the coast. But we are tracking a cold front that approaches late on Saturday. Now, this is going to bring us a chance for wet weather just in time to ring in the new year, but it's not looking like a powerful storm system for us. So we are expecting scattered showers and possibly a healthy breeze, but it's not looking very blustery at all. So we're going to wrap up the week. Actually, Thursday, we're going to have a mix of sun and clouds with highs in the mid 40s. And then Friday, highs will climb to near 50. Lighter breezes compared to today, both days, with some sunshine. We get cloudy for Saturday. In the morning, it should be dry, and actually much of the day will be dry. Showers should hold off until the early to late evening and will last through the overnight and start to exit early Sunday morning. So right again as we ring in that new year. Temperatures, though, will be mild. We'll drop down to about 40 Saturday nights, and then we're back into the 50s on Sunday, and we hang in the 50s early next week.
Stay with Western Mass News on air, online, and on our app throughout the day for breaking news, weather, and exclusive content.